Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another English speaking practice lesson. In today's video, we'll go through a 7-minute speaking practice using simple but meaningful daily conversations. Just relax, listen, repeat, and follow along at your own pace. Let's begin. Hi there. It's nice to meet you. My name is Amina, and I'm from Morocco. I recently moved to the city to start a new job, and everything feels new to me. Sometimes, I feel nervous talking to strangers, but I know that speaking is the best way to improve my English. Today, I decided to go outside and take a walk in the park because the weather is lovely. While walking, I saw someone sitting on a bench reading a book. I smiled and said, "Hello, is that book interesting?" The person looked up and smiled back, saying, "Yes, it's a great novel. It's about travel and finding yourself." I said, "Oh, that sounds amazing. I love reading too. What's the title?" We talked for a while, and I was happy that I started the conversation. It felt nice to talk to someone new. Later in the day, I went to a small cafe nearby. I walked in, smiled at the cashier, and said, "Good afternoon. I'd like a cappuccino, please." The cashier replied, "Would you like any milk or sugar with that?" I said, "Yes, just a little sugar, please." Then I asked, "Do you also have any croissants left?" He checked and said, "Yes, we have some fresh ones. Would you like one?" I smiled and said, "Yes, please. One cappuccino and one croissant." After paying, I found a seat by the window and enjoyed my snack. I looked outside and saw people walking, talking, and laughing. It made me feel calm and part of the city. After my coffee break, I went to a bookstore. I love bookstores because they are quiet and full of knowledge. I walked around and found a section about learning languages. I picked up a book titled Everyday English Conversations. I thought, this might help me speak more naturally. As I flipped through the pages, I whispered to myself, reading sentences and imagining myself saying them to someone. It gave me ideas on how to talk about simple things, like asking for directions, making a phone call, or talking about my day. When I left the bookstore, my phone rang. It was my cousin, Layla. I answered and said, "Hello, Layla. How are you?" She said, "I'm good. Are you free tonight? Let's go out for dinner." I smiled and replied, "That sounds great. Where should we go?" She said, "There's a new restaurant near the lake. I heard the food is really good." I said, "Perfect. Let's meet there at 7:30. Later that evening, we met at the restaurant, greeted each other with hugs, and sat down. The waiter came and gave us menus. I looked at the options and said, I can't decide. Everything looks delicious." Layla said, "Let's share a few dishes so we can try more." I nodded and said, "Good idea. Can we please have the grilled chicken, the pasta, and one salad?" The waiter wrote down our order and smiled, saying, "Coming right up." We talked about our day, our jobs, and our goals for the future. After dinner, we walked outside and saw a few street performers playing music. We stopped to listen. The music was soft and beautiful. Layla said, "Isn't it amazing how music can make you feel better even after a long day?" I nodded and said, "Yes, it really does." It reminds me of my childhood when my father used to play the guitar at home. We stood there for a few minutes, enjoying the moment. Then we hugged goodbye, and I said, "Thanks for the lovely evening. Let's do this again soon." As I walked home, I thought about how many small conversations I had today. Some were simple, like ordering coffee, while others were longer, like talking to a stranger or catching up with family. All of them helped me practice speaking naturally. And that's how we learn, step by step, word by word. So if you're watching this now, I want you to know that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to feel nervous or unsure. What matters is that you keep trying. The more you speak, the more confident you will become. You are not alone on this journey. I'm learning with you. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope today's speaking practice helped you feel more comfortable using English in daily life. Don't forget to smile, speak slowly, and believe in yourself. This has been another lesson on Shadow Talk, and I'll see you again next time. Today, I learned English again.